at the top. I've started. Hey, what's up, y'all? I know it's a little bit after midnight, but hey, it's still yesterday somewhere, so this counts. Um, so what I want to do today was talk about how and why I started why and how in that order. I started the cyber business camp. Those of you who may know, last year I did a cyber business camp where I taught two things that I'm pretty good at: entrepreneurship and ethical hacking. Right, and and welcome those who are joining live. Also, those of you who are watching the replay, glad to have you here. If you could take a second right now to like, subscribe, and share this, so other people can hear it. But I really want to just talk about how I started this camp that I'm going to be doing again this year. And as you can see, I'm hosting a flash sale for those who want to get in early and save 50%. But it started, many of you all know, I turned 40 last year. And the day I turned 40, I didn't really feel different except for I walked up the steps and I was like, oh, my knee, it feels 40. It was hilarious. I didn't know that actually on your 40th birthday, your knees remind you that you're 40. Just for those of you all who were born in 1983 and turning 40 this year, just a word of caution. But so that was just it. But the next day I woke up at 40 years in one day, and I was like, man, I started thinking about the next generation. And I've probably shared this with a number of people. I mean, I've shared this before with a number of folks, but I started thinking about the next generation. What's happening with with those who are coming after me, and because I really have a thing for them. I really love children. Anybody knows, I have a whole rack of nieces and nephews. If I named them all, I'd probably get in trouble for forgetting one. Um, and then a whole rack of godchildren, and just youngins that I call little brother, little sister, niece, nephew, all that type of stuff. So I really enjoy kids. Anybody who knows that, know I really have an affinity for children, and always making sure that they have a heart towards their parents, heart towards the Most High, and anything that Uncle Carl can do, he'll do it for them. But I was like, okay, but what am I doing? From the things that I know that I've made money from, been successful at, started business, and how can I pass it on to the next generation? And so that's when I got the idea to do this camp. And I was like, okay, so how exactly am I going to do a camp for students when anybody knows me? I'm not nobody's teacher. Uh, I just kind of, I show people what I know. I mean, even my style of learning is different than most people. Like, I'm not a type of person I've never studied a day in my life. So I've never really been through that type of stuff. But what I did know and what I did feel in my heart was that they did not have to wait. I sit back and I'm a pro. I do work with kind of one of the program directors for Strive for Perfection, a youth athletics organization on a regional, actually it's national now. Shout out to Jacob Crane on that. But I think about how children learn, sports at a very, very, very young age in order to be proficient at it, actually be excellent. I don't know if there are any or many players in the NBA, NFL, NHL, MLB, any professional sports that's making those millions of dollars doing well. I don't know if any of them actually started as an adult, like, hey, I'm 18 years old and I'm gonna start being an athlete. They didn't wait till they got to college to do that. And unfortunately, that's what we do with a lot of our other professions. If people think about that, you think about almost everything else. People really don't start getting into it until they're very in their late teens, early 20s. Whether it be the medical field, the law field, entrepreneurship and business, cyber, computers, all of that type of stuff. They don't really find themselves and start to get into stuff until they are in later on in life. And so my thought was, I had to think to myself, Carl, okay, when you were 25, that's when you got into cybersecurity, and when you started in kind of doing the business thing, you were 30. Was there anything at that point that you could have been learning or doing that had to wait that long? And the answer was no. It was no. The same type of training that I was doing in my 20s and 30s, I could have been learning as a teenager. So it's like, okay, why not help them to start there, help give them the opportunity to invest in themselves and get the proper return on their investment when it comes to that. Think about it. What do you think about that? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. But the same way that these students, children go to basketball camp, football camp, and I've been to a number of them. Like I said, I'm a program director for Strive for Perfection, and I see the type of rigorous training that students get at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old in sports. Why not do the same in entrepreneurship? Why not do the same in athletics? Why not do the same in the things that they can, so that they would be proficient at it the same way an athlete is proficient at what they do, because they started so early. So that's why I started the camp. And last year was a wonderful experience. We did the cyber portion first, and then we went to the entrepreneurship portion. And when I say I really, really, really got a lot of fulfillment out of it, and I don't know how many of y'all know this, but it really came at a rough time, because in June and July I lost a number of people. I say about 6 people over the course of 4 weeks passed away, died, and it was a bit rough at that time. And 2 of them hit me really hard. One was my goddaughter Bria, and the other was my niece Patience. And this was literally a week apart. Both of them they died in 2 separate car accidents, and this was right when I was starting. It was at the end of the cyber portion and the beginning of the entrepreneurship portion. And the show must go on. These parents, they paid for their children to be a part of this camp. They were expecting it. This was something I believe that I needed to do. So I didn't stop. I didn't take a break, anything like that. I kept moving. And I got a lot of fulfillment out of that, and I've shared this story before, that, when it came down to the closing portion of the Young Entrepreneur Camp, and a lot of people, I don't know if, again, if you want to see the final list, still up on Facebook, and I can send you the link to it. But my final contestants were 3 young girls. And, of course, their parents were on, and, they had people supporting them. And I just kind of sat back and watched them give their presentations. And I can't tell you how amazed I was. I got emotional on the inside. I wasn't crying or anything like that, but I got really emotional on the inside, like seeing them shine like this, where, again, having lost my niece and my goddaughter just weeks prior, seeing them shine and do their presentations, and me getting messages from the judges saying, hey, I really want to invest in these young kids and do that. And so that's why and how I'm going to continue it this year. And so for those of you who are interested, and of a child who wants to be they want to get into cybersecurity, they want to get into entrepreneurship, they want to start a business, we really help them to write business plans. We really help them building labs. We're going to be doing the cyber business camp. It's going to be just 3 weeks this time, with morning sessions and afternoon sessions. The child can take either, or they can take either one or both. The morning is going to be the young ethical hacking courses, and then from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then in the afternoon is going to be from 1:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. 4:30 p.m. is going to be the Young Entrepreneur Camp. So they'll still have the evenings in summer. So we're doing that this year, just a little different than what it was before. But I'm really going to see, I really believe we're going to have the same type of impact on them. And so, the reason that I do this is because I want them to have a head start. I want them to have the opportunity to not just wait until they get into school, wait until they get into college or waited till they're trying to start a career to learn these essential skills that they could be building right now. You know, what if I told you that, learning how to build write a business plan is just as direct as learning how to play basketball or play football. It really, really, really is. And you can only imagine, them starting businesses at the ages of 14, 15, 16, of course, with their parents' supervision, where they would be 10 years from that. And even just the experience itself, can help to translate it where they're learning how to do research. They're learning how to, critically think. They're working together to build this stuff. I can, I've been doing different things in Prince George's County Public Schools over this past school year. And man, the potential in our students in this generation, man, it is amazing. I really want to encourage you all, even if you're not a parent, if you know of a student that you'd want to bless with the opportunity to learn these skills, hit me up. Let me know. It's something we can work out. I'm willing to do that. We do have some scholarships that are going to be coming up. Thankful to the people who donated to the scholarship fund for my birthday. And if you want to, donate to the scholarship, please let me know. But man, I'm really excited about this year. Again, we're doing a flash sale from starting today until next Friday. You don't want to miss out. The code is going to be up there. Again, use Flash 50 at checkout, and you get 50% off. I think I know it's going to be amazing. We've actually improved upon last year's program. Got some extra instructors, and we're bringing some people in to really help to demonstrate some things. It's going to be amazing. So again, if you are a parent, you're a godparent, you're an aunt, you're an uncle, you're a big brother, big sister, you're just somebody in the community who wants to invest in our future, because that's really what it's about. The time that I'm spending doing this is time, I will be normally working with my adult clients, but this is really a time that's set apart for the students so that they can grow and they can be invested in. So it's going to be from June 28th to July 14th. And I know that you're going to love it. You're going to enjoy it. Bring the children. If you have any questions, you can visit cyberbusinesscamp.com or reach out to me. The DMs are open. My text message, don't text me, send an email, all of that type of stuff. But feel free, if you have to like, share, subscribe, tag somebody in the comments who you think this would be good for their student. Like if you don't have any children, there is somebody who you may be able to bless with it. But that's all we have to share. Please share this with somebody, share it on your page, tag a parent in it, because I really want to help us to fill this up so we can begin to see what we want to see in our communities. The next generation. I've been talking to folks if you're in Prince George's County, I've been doing some things with our government, really helping to get the next generation of entrepreneurs up and running, because, businesses don't have to wait till they're my age. They don't have to wait till you're 41 to do it. They could be doing it at 14. And that's what we love to have happen. But so yeah, I'll holler at y'all. Don't forget, please, check us out. Do this for the students, do it for yourself, do it for the generation. Which is cybersecurity and entrepreneurship, two of the most lucrative professions out there right now. They'll have the opportunity to start their businesses, to start their labs. We're doing a 50% off, limited time offer. But yeah, that's it. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.